Let me start with the name of the person that is responsible for breaking the back of the strike. Now, I'm glad they moved it down. You know, they just held off. All right, we're going to hold off till after the election. And just about 5 days before the swearing in of the... it's going to work out well. But we don't have that on the plate to add to the stress of America, at least right now. And that is because of one man and one man only, Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis came out yesterday and said, yeah, I'm going to call out the National Guard because we're not going to be held hostage. So National Guard's going to go in and they'll open the ports. We'll open the ports for Florida so we can get things and supplies in here. National Guard will load it. Oh, my gosh, I love you. I mean, if it wasn't for the icky sex, Ron, I mean, I would be gay in a heartbeat. Seriously, I just love you.
Look how accepting you are.
Yeah.
You want to talk about diversity on this show.
I don't.
A gay Radio Hall of Fame member right there. You got it.
If it wasn't for the icky sex, yes. So anyway, I'm sorry. I've got an appointment later on this afternoon to burn some books in a hood. But this guy is amazing. I think Donald Trump should announce a few members of a cabinet, and he should do it right now. He should announce that Elon Musk has agreed to be, the cost-cutting czar.
It seems like they've floated that one, and it's been discussed. It's not official. But
he needs to announce that RFK, Tulsi Gabbard, Elon Musk, and I've extended the invitation to run FEMA and close FEMA down and give the states ability to actually keep that money themselves and prepare for disaster. I'd like Ron DeSantis to run FEMA. I think he would be unbelievable. His term is up in 26. I mean, I'd wait for that. Would you wait for that? I'd wait.
Some of those ideas are great that you just mentioned. So, yeah, I agree.
Just can't get past your hatred for RFK, can you? You just hate him so much.
Because
he jilted you. He said, I'm not interested in that icky gay sex with Stu.
Okay, please stop talking. Not even about just this topic. All topics.
Okay.
Yeah. If we're going to put a lifelong Democrat into the administration in some way, I would far prefer Tulsi Gabbard. That would be my stance on that particular issue. Just God forbid, just for the wives of the other people in the cabinet.
Okay, all right.
I mean, God, please.
We all know he's a Kennedy, so
yes,
we all know.
But what I will say is, I don't know, honestly, to be honest about it, really, really love Ron DeSantis. Really think I would like him to do something more important than.
That's fine. Whatever. I'm just saying.
I think his job right now is great, and I could see him with higher office certainly down the road.
Right. I'd give him any job.
I wouldn't want to pull him out of Florida to run.
No. I said his term is up in 26.
Yeah.
I would give that man any job that he wanted. What do you want to run?
Yeah.
When you're done with governor, what do you want to run? And involve him. But he is, when it comes to disasters, that guy, excuse the expression, is an ass kicker.
Yeah.
I mean, he's amazing.
And that's what I feel like used to be something we really prized that crossed partisan lines. Like the general competence in times of stress used to be the thing that, I think that was one of the things that happened with Bush, where he was seen, I think largely unfairly, for botching the Katrina stuff. And it was more damaging to him, not because liberals turned against him. They are all calling him a terrorist the whole time.
And that
they
he was
said
intentionally
he was responsible for 9/11.
Yeah,
right?
and he hated black people. He was letting them die.
That's right. George.
If you want to make that case, we can make that case about white people, but I'm not going to.
George Bush doesn't care about black people, if you remember that, from Kanye West, who has had quite a journey since that particular statement. When the media loved him back then, when he was saying those things. But what happened with Bush, with Katrina, and a couple of other things in that area, of time was that it felt like he was incompetent. And his own supporters and moderates, kind of independent voters, started to bail on him.
Yeah.
Right? And then, of course, the war going poorly sort of added on to that.
Yeah.
But, like, that was a really central thing of what we expected and wanted out of politicians. Just, like, yeah, you have opinions. We all know you have opinions. We might not like your policies. But in those moments, are you going to be the person who steps up and gets the job done?
Yes.
DeSantis has done that every single time.
Every time. I wish I would have snapped a picture of him. He was holding a press conference, and behind him were what appeared to be miles of utility trucks. And he's like, "We're ready." I was just like, yeah, you are. You are. And he believes in the 10th Amendment. Oh, so the unions are going to shut down our ports. Well, no, I'm the governor of Florida, and if the federal government won't do anything, I'm calling out our National Guard, and we'll keep those ports open. That's the reason they folded. They lost all of their power in negotiation. They lost all of it. So it was, thank you, Ron DeSantis, for saving the country on that one.
Can I ask you, Glenn, about, and this is, lower priority than the stuff you've been talking about, when it comes to your trip to North Carolina yesterday and this whole region. But there is a political concern here, right?
Yeah.
We've got an election that's a month away. And
I have to may I tell you a quick story on this?
Yeah, sure.
A couple of days ago, we rescued a woman who was two women that were up on a mountain, and they were flagging the helicopter. And we were taking somebody else to the hospital, I think. And so the other helicopter was called, and they came, and they picked him up. They brought him down from the mountain. They were out of food and everything. And one of the first things they said was, before we go back up, we need to vote. Can you take us? I mean, these people are pissed. They are pissed. If North Carolina does not go hard for Trump, I'd be shocked.
Really?
Yeah. They're pissed.
I mean,
they are pissed.
That's a big part of the reason I'm asking.
Yeah.
Because, this is a key swing state. I think Donald Trump, if he doesn't win North Carolina, I don't think he can win.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, there's a path. It's possible, but I think it's super unlikely if he doesn't win North Carolina.
The very, very cynical part of me, which is almost all of me at this point, says, there's one of the reasons why they're not helping there is you've just taken out a swath of Trump supporters. Okay, this is
some have died, but also some have.
Well, that's what I mean.
Totally,
you can't get to polls. These people. They don't have cars. Their bridges are washed out. I mean, it's going to be tough. But I'll tell you, I met several people. The old lady who we rescued, she's like 80 years old. She's fantastic. And she didn't know who I was or who Corey Mills was. We were just helping her get into and as she's being put into the life flight, she's just this damn Biden. He doesn't give a flying crap. And she was colorful. And I thought, I think I know who she's voting for.
Yeah.
And this used to be Democratic country.
Oh, really?
Oh,
because I think of that part of the state as more red.
You do now.
Mm-hmm.
These were tobacco farmers. Okay. And, they don't have health care. These are poor people. And so, they've been for government assistance because they've needed government assistance. But now they see what this government assistance really means. No, they're not interested. This has turned people, at least in that area. I think this has made them generational Republicans.
Just because of how bad this response is.
Everybody I talked to was pissed at the federal government. They were pissed. I can't tell you how many times I heard yesterday, really? How much money are they giving to these illegal immigrants? And we've got nothing. No one's on the ground. I'm telling you, I didn't see National Guard. I know the National Guard is there. They've been there for 4 or 5 days, I think. But I didn't see any of them. And I was in really some of the hardest hit areas. There was no federal anything except the satellite truck for FEMA, which wasn't working at the time, but they're going to, they're where the people are. No, they weren't. They were out in the middle of nowhere signing people up so they could get their paperwork in and start the system to help chug along. And they were helping one person. It was despicable. Then there was another place where FEMA was at another center where they put up showers so people could take showers, which I thought was really nice until they said that, no, not for the people, but for the volunteers. So the volunteers could take showers. Letting the people, anybody can go into a shower. It's obscene. It's obscene. When Mercury One is the one that is providing all of the O2 for all of the ambulances and one of the hospitals because they can't get it. When that's happening, excuse me, federal government, when there are people literally, we're saving their lives because we're providing insulin and life-saving drugs that they can't, that nobody else has. Government's not there handing out these drugs. I mean, you can go into the cities, you go into homeless areas, and, they'll hand you drugs there. Lots of drugs. You need heroin, they'll help you out on this. But insulin, they're not there. It's shameful. I started telling you earlier today off the air. I asked you, do you remember the day I came in when we were air vacuuming people out of Afghanistan? I should say, trying to. We had an air force there of 737s and 747s on the ground in Afghanistan. And the State Department was blocking us. And then something happened that day where they mocked us. The State Department. We said, okay, it's been 3 days. We got all the paperwork that you told us we had to have. Everybody is on paperwork. Oh, no, you need Form 117B. What is that form? It's a new form. Okay, where do we get that form? Well, you can only get it at the embassy in Afghanistan, in Kabul. You closed the embassy 3 days ago. Yeah. Well, how do we get that? Well, it's just something you're going to have to figure out. Click. I walked right onto your stage because I was and I was so mad. I said, I will renounce my citizenship if this is who we are. This is evil. I was that close yesterday. This country is so good. So good. The people are so good. And it's the government that has gone very dark. They don't care. I know we have the most compassionate, politically correct people who just want the whole rainbow to come together. They despise great swaths of people. San Francisco goes down and they need help. You damn right Mercury One will be down on the ground and we won't be saying, who did you vote for? We will help them. Appalachia goes down. We're all out of money. Oh my gosh. You print money. Can't take it.